What's going on, y'all? It's your man, Stephen Bardo, coming at you with another edition of Flyin Illini Breakdown. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. I wanted to give you all a teaser for today's game. This Iowa versus Illinois rivalry has been a good one. Oh, that thing cut on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm in this hotel room, so this thing might. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer to the computer because this thing is going to be a little loud. There it goes. It's off. Okay. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're enjoying this Saturday morning and getting ready for Big Ten basketball. We got a good one. Illinois versus Iowa is historically a great matchup. Illinois has won the last five. There's a lot of stuff going on with Ticketgate, I'll call it. There's been some response from Iowa, but we'll keep that to a minimum because I want to focus on the game because the game itself is going to be outstanding. If you want to join the inner circle, that is the inner circle Bardo's breakdown. You want to join the tribe. The number's on the bottom, 312-847-2739. Shoot me a text. Or if you want to go old school and you want to join the email list, there it is, stephenbardo.com/college-basketball-newsletter. All right, let's get into it. So we got an outstanding matchup this afternoon. I'll be on the ones and twos with Jason Benetti on Fox at 1:30 p.m. 1:37 is tip from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Really looking forward to this one. Let's start out with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Top scoring team in the Big Ten. They've been that way for the last 4 seasons. Fran McCaffery does a fantastic job of giving his guys confidence, putting them in position to be successful. They, like a lot of teams in the Big Ten, they had some struggles early on, but they seem to have found themselves. They're healthy, and they're playing extremely well. If you look at this is an outstanding statistic, and got this from Matt Weitzel, their sports information director at Iowa. In the last 5 games, Iowa is 1 point shy of having 6 players in double figures. So that 1 point shy, that's Connor McCaffrey's averaging 9 points a game. But if you look, let me see if I can pull this up. If you look at the players that are in that those 5 or 6 players, obviously it's Chris Murray, one of the best players in the conference, one of the best players in the country. Philip Rabracha has been balling. Tony Perkins has come on as of late. Aaron Eulis, check this out. He's 50% from three-point line last 5 games, 5 of 10. He's shooting 56% from the field, right? He's 7-11 from the free throw, and he's dishing out 12 assists. Peyton Sanford is also in that group of players that are double figures in the last 5 games. So this is an offensively elite basketball team in the Iowa Hawkeyes. Make no mistake about it. This is an elite offensive team, not just pretty good. They're elite. They're number 6 in the country in Ken Palm offensive efficiency, number 6, not in the Big Ten, but in the country. So this is an outstanding offensive juggernaut, and the Hawkeyes have hit 10 or more threes in 5 of their last 7 games. Chris Murray is obviously one of the best players in the Big Ten that doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion. We don't talk about him enough. We talk about Trace Jackson Davis. We talk about Zach Edey with good, we should talk about those guys. But Chris Murray is in that category as Big Ten Player of the Year, All-American. I think somebody put him on 3rd team All-American. I'm like, 3rd team is not good enough. He needs to be 1st or 2nd team All-American. He's playing that well. Almost 24 points a game at home when he plays, and the Hawkeyes are undefeated when he's playing. He had a I think it was an ankle injury earlier in the year, and he missed some games. I believe it was 3 or 4 game stretch. But when he plays at home, the Hawkeyes are undefeated, and he's averaging about 24 points a game. Philip Rabracha has been a revelation. We knew he was good last year, but I think this season he's really expanded his game. he's had 15 points or more in 8 of the last 12 games. And Peyton Sandford, he struggled starting the Big Ten slate, but boy, has he caught fire. 6'7" wing, can score in a phone booth. So this is a team that can really has a lot of different options offensively. They like to push. They come at you offensively. And, we haven't talked about Tony Perkins, who is a double-digit scorer in that last 5-game stretch as well. The Hawkeyes do some interesting things on the defensive end. They like to change defenses. They'll hit you with some three-quarter court pressure. They'll put Patrick McCaffrey at the top of the press, which he's 6'8", long, kind of sneaky, quick, sneaky athletic. They can put Chris Murray at the top of that pressure. So they give you a lot of different looks. They'll run and jump at half court. What does that mean? That means that if you've got a ball handler, let's say Sincere Harris is in for the Illini, and he's trying to initiate the offense, they'll push him to one side or the other. And when they get him going, the one defender will corral him a little bit, and they'll have a defender come from the backside and double team him. That's what's called a run and jump. So Iowa does that sometimes just to keep you off balance. They'll double team the post. They utilize the zone. They'll go zone sometimes, so they utilize the zone well. They just like to keep opposing teams off balance with their changing defenses, and they do it very well. They're a little bit similar to Maryland and how the Terrapins will change defenses, but I think Iowa does it even a little bit better. All right, let's switch over to the Illini. They've won their last three road games. Obviously, the defense has really stepped up in Big Ten play for Illinois, second in the Big Ten in scoring defense at just shy of 65 points a game. And the Illini are averaging 72 points in their Big Ten wins. So in this last 7 of 8 that they've won, they've really started to find their way offensively, and the defense has established. So they're starting to really establish themselves. The Illini, all their Big Ten wins have been by at least 9 points. Now, I think that's going to change today. If the Illini win, I don't think it will be by 9 points. Historically, this matchup between Iowa comes down to the last possession. The Illini have won 7 of their last 8 games, and their roles have really been established in this latest run. They seem to be more comfortable. Guys seem to know where their shots are going to come from a little bit more consistently than before this stretch took place. And so it'll be interesting to see how they fare today. The Illini offensively it's been interesting because Terrence Shannon can dominate. Then if you remember at Wisconsin, Terrence Shannon Jr. got in foul trouble. Dane Danger held it down in the first half, and then Meyer went crazy in the second half. So this is a really versatile, similar to Iowa. Illinois got some versatility on the offensive end. The Illini's bench is averaging 21 points per game. That's good for third in the Big Ten. That's a huge advantage for an Illini team that goes on the road. That's been the best road team in the Big Ten in the last 4 years. And they seem very comfortable on the road. And you see that Meyer has scored double figures in 12 of his last 14. He's averaging 15 points in that stretch. So this is going to be a fantastic – this is why every year this is a fantastic matchup between Illinois and Iowa. The teams can, change a little bit. Iowa has been a little bit more consistent, in my opinion, in terms of their identity than the Illini have been. But it doesn't matter what the identities of the two teams are. It's always a fantastic matchup. And so let's look at the keys for the Hawkeyes today. Continue to spread the wealth. I told you that basically six guys are averaging double figures in the last 5 games. That needs to continue. Chris Murray is going to get going early. Philip Rebraca has done a great job of establishing himself in the post. He's been extremely aggressive. He's been aggressive on the glass, and get Peyton Sandford going early. Ulis has been really good in the last 5 games. So these guys do a good job of getting themselves going early. They come at you offensively. They try to get the fast break going early. DeSante Bowen has been excellent in initiating the fast break. And Patrick McCaffrey has played really well. Now he's had 2 games under his belt since his break from missing 6 games with anxiety. He's had 2 games where they didn't play him heavy minutes, I expect Patrick McCaffrey. He'll be key because he's had very good games against the Illini in the last few seasons. And can they force the Illini into turnovers with their changing defense? Those, to me, are the keys for the Iowa Hawkeyes today. The keys for the Illini: establish their defensive intensity early. I told you that the Illini scoring defense is second in the Big Ten. They've done a really good job holding their opponents to just shy of 65 points in Big Ten play. They've got to do that here because this Carver Hawkeye Arena is going to be loud and wild. They will be ready. They'll be loud. It's a black and gold day for the Iowa Hawkeye fan base. So it's going to be black and gold in the building. It's going to be crazy. This is a building that I never won as a player, and it will probably feel a lot like the old Carver Hawkeye, where teams just did not come in and win. And they've done a great job this season as well. They're not undefeated, but in Big Ten play, when Chris Murray is playing, they've been outstanding in Carver Hawkeye. I don't expect it to be any different today. The Illini have to move the ball similar to what we've seen in their better stretches in this latest 7 out of 8 run. The ball can't stick. They can't start going one-on-one, because when they do, they're going to play into the hands of the Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes will force misses, and they'll get out on the break and go. And when they get that crowd behind them, this is a really, really good Iowa Hawkeye team. So the Illini have to take care of the basketball, and they have to be patient on the offensive end. They can't start like getting hyped up because the crowd is hyped up and start trying to look for quick shots that are low percentage shots. Now, if they get quick looks from three that are open, and guys like Shannon, Meyer, Melendez, even Jaden Epps, Coleman Hawkins, if they get easy, quick, early looks from three, those are high percentage looks. But if they're struggling from the three, like we've seen them in past games where they start out and they shoot a bunch of threes, but they're struggling, then they need to maybe adjust and look to be a little bit more patient on the offensive end. Let me get to your questions really quickly. Let's see. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Kevin McDuffie is good with the predictions. He says Illini wins 74-63. Good morning, Kevin. Thanks for joining in. Greg Boysall, good to see you. ILL. Let's Toast Media, good morning. Joseph Hayden, ILL. Let's Toast Media is a Michigan Wolverine fan through and through. Thank you, partner. I appreciate you. Dennis Hasty, good to see you on here. Let's see. 318 will run. It'll be a tough game, goal line. Yeah, but don't you love it? It's Big Ten basketball. It should be tough, right? That's what we expect. Love run and jump defenses that mix up. That's high turning play. Yes, I agree. Iowa does a really good job of mixing up their defenses. I'm sure the Illini fans would love to see Coleman Hawkins with a breakout game. We'll see what happens. Thomas Dagley, good morning. Good to see you. Thomas Dagley's a tribe member. If you guys want to join the tribe, there's the number on the bottom. Text me to 312-847-2739. Interesting describes it well. M. Brotz. Good to see you, M. Brotz. Thank you for joining in. Brian Stubbe, I think is how you say that. Thanks for tuning in. Art Dale Carson, go Hawks. Okay, got the Hawkeyes represented. I love it. Thanks for tuning in, Art. Appreciate you. Does Goody have a COVID year? I'm not sure. I think he would, but he's back. Luke Goody is back, ladies and gentlemen. He had a full practice. He'll be suited up. I don't know. We haven't talked to Underwood yet. We're heading over to the gym here pretty soon. I don't know if he's going to actually get time, but he practiced yesterday. He will be dressed. So Luke Goody is back. Joe Salvani. I hope I said that right. John Salvani. Thank you, John. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you're here. I'm from Illinois, but currently live in Iowa. Tough game deciding who to root for. Garrett, I don't think you can go wrong. Root for the Hawkeyes because you live there, or root for the Illini because you're from Illinois. But you can't go wrong because this is a great rivalry, and I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. and it'll be fun. It's going to be great for me and Jason to call it because the energy in the building is going to be electric. It's going to be fantastic. Do the Illini have an advantage at center? Rebrach has been balling now, and the Hawkeyes get him the ball way more consistently. Let me see if I can get out of this glare. There we go. The Hawkeyes have been way more consistent at getting Rebrach the basketball than the Illini have been consistent at getting Dane Danger the rock. So if there was an advantage at the center position, I'd give it to Iowa because Philip Rebrach, I think he's had 15 points or more in 8 of the last 12 games for the Hawkeyes. So the advantage at the center position goes to the Hawkeyes there. Nate Miller, I'm not sure that Luke will even play. I know he practiced. I'm not sure what Underwood plans to use with him. We'll see when we get to the arena here in the next hour, but I'm not sure. Mike Ashenfelter, I don't know yet, but thanks for tuning in. Brandon Hemsbro, hopefully, yeah. The Orange Crush had purchased 200 tickets, I believe it was, under the guise of being in the Boys and Girls Club, which was not accurate. And so the Iowa ticket office realized this. They refunded them their money back for the tickets, and then gave the tickets to the real a Boys and Girls Club in the Iowa City area. I believe Iowa City, Cedar Falls or Cedar Rapids, something like that. So it was an unfortunate situation for the Illini Crush. They got their tickets refunded. I guess something about their charter situation. They could not get the money back for their charter situation. Look, it's gamesmanship. The Iowa ticket office found out about it. No, you know what? It's gamesmanship, and that's what happens. And so, I got no comment either way. I like the fact that the Orange Crush tried it. I like the fact that the Iowa administration found out about it. It's gamesmanship. So there it is, and it adds to the lure of this particular rivalry, and I think it's fun. 3-point field goal percentage could be key for the line, and no doubt, John, if they can shoot the three well, that will bode well. And I think if the Illini don't shoot the three well, they're going to have a tough time beating the Hawkeyes because the Hawkeyes are going to score the basketball. That's what they do. They're the best in the Big Ten at it. They're very efficient at it. And they've got one of the best scorers in college basketball in Chris Murray. So the Illini don't match that offensive firepower. I'm not sure that they come out with a victory today. My man, Jay Hood, good to see you, bro. Good morning. Where do you place the Iowa home crowd versus others in the Big Ten? Who has the most hostile crowd? Purdue has the most hostile crowd, Jay Hood, but when Carver Hawkeye is rolling, they're right up there. Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Xfinity Center, Maryland is tough. The RAC. So if I had to rank it, today's Carver Hawkeye will look a lot like it did when I played. And when I played, it was probably the second toughest place to go win behind Purdue. So the RAC, Rutgers wasn't in the Big Ten then, but Rutgers is in the Big Ten now. So if I had to rank them, great question, Jay Hood. I'd probably go Purdue 1, the RAC 2, Indiana 3, and a toss-up between Illinois and Iowa 4. Am I missing anybody? Breslin Center is good. Xfinity Center is good. They're all in there. I'd say Purdue 1, the Rutgers 2. I'd give the slight nod to Indiana because Indiana's venue is so big. It's 17,000 Simon Scott Assembly Hall. So I'd go Purdue, Rutgers, Indiana, and then probably a tie between when they're rolling, when it's full. I'd give a tie between. Golly, that's tough. I'm just gonna go top 3. I'm gonna go Purdue, Rutgers, and Indiana, and then Iowa, Illinois, uh, Michigan State. The barn is tough when Williams Arena is full. Iowa's tough, so Carver Hawkeyes right in the mix. Let me put it that way. But great question, Jay. Thank you for that. Thanks for tuning in. Dan Pearson, I agree that a rejuvenated McCaffrey is key in the lineup patience on the offensive end. It's great to have so much anticipation of this monstrous Big Ten rivalry game. Old school intensity from all players and fans. Dan, that is the pinned comment of the day right there. Dan Pearson summed it up beautifully right there. Thank you, Dan. Great job. John Nelson, go Hawks. We got some Hawkeyes in the house. Great. Thank you, John, for tuning in. John Yop or Yop, I hope I'm saying that right. Can't wait for this game to start. Me neither, because I got to jump off here and get to Carver Hawkeye, because it's going to be lit, y'all. What's up, Don Green? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Fro Dog, I think Luke's foot break was worse than they let on. I remember Kendall came back from his a lot quicker. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. The Illini shoot over 40 from the field and 30 from free. If the Illini shoot over 40 from the field and 30 from three-point line, they win. Okay, Mike, that's a nice prediction there. Let's see. Brandon Hemsborough, who do you see in the top 5 of the Big Ten with Purdue and Rutgers for the remainder of the season? That's a good question. I think Illinois will be in that top 5. This Iowa Hawkeyes team, according to Ken Palm, is some project them to be in the top 5 to finish the league. The way that they're playing, but they've got 4 of their next 5 on the road. After this home game against Illinois, Iowa goes on the road for their next 5. So that's going to be a challenging stretch. We'll see how they do. But I definitely think Illinois and Iowa can be in that top 5 mix, along with possibly Indiana. And Indiana, I would say. Those would be my guesses at this juncture. Let's see. Oh, Andrew Eisfeld, thank you. Let me give you the total look with the pocket square. I had to go with some neutral colors. I started to wear red, but I figured the gray with the lavender look would be good. But thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you. So, guys, thanks for tuning in, man. This is always a lot of fun. I just like to bring you guys, some things to think about, some keys to look forward to, and it's good, like, to come back and look at the results of the game. So tomorrow, when I get back to Chicago, I'll recap this game and kind of give you guys a chance to tune in and comment and share your opinions on what you thought, how the game went. But thank you so much. Good morning to all of you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for blessing me with your presence, and enjoy the game, man. It's going to be a fantastic matchup with me and Jason Benetti on the 1s and 2s. You're going to hear me having a lot of fun. All right. Until next time, holla, y'all.